Hello. Welcome to another episode of Reley's Career Talks. I'm your host, Foley,
Hi, and I'm Rebecca.
and we have a great guest for you today, too. One of my closest friends, like my brother right here as well, too. I know, right? And I would like him to introduce himself to the audience.
Yes, my name is George Andrews. Um, Currently live in Columbus, Ohio. Current field is supply chain management, operations supervisor in Columbus, Ohio. And I have my own business, HGA Xpress Freight, which I do local and regional deliveries through supply chain in Columbus, Ohio, and Indiana, Michigan, and any of the other cities outside of Ohio,
Okay.
and mainly Columbus.
Okay.
Nice.
So, George, let's go back. Did you always wanted to get into supply chain?
No, it was about maybe 5 years ago. My family, my cousin actually, he has his own business, and he's been in the construction business for dump trucks, and he also has a couple box trucks, semi trucks, and that's where I kind of learned the logistics side, and like owning your own truck, being an owner operator. Through him, he kind of gave me the insight information, and working in Columbus, I was already a manager of supply chain management. It kind of merged together as what I do on a 9 to 5 and what I also do within my business. So it kind of came together. But no, I never thought of doing this as when I was young. This
Well,
kind of came about probably
what did you
5 years
wanna do?
ago.
Oh, so what did you want to do when you were growing up? Like, what did you see
Um,
older George doing?
I think it was more business. I wanted to do business. I didn't know exactly what it was. As I got older in school and college, I wanted to work in sports. Always enjoyed sports. I played sports in high school. I did a lot in college with sports. I wanted to do that. That was probably 2012. After that, I got into this field. Worked at Eddie Bauer, J.C. Penney's. And then from there, I just continued to work in supply chain management.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I've been doing that ever since.
Okay. And how did you mentioned that your cousin kind of inspired you to get in this start your own business as well too. When he was telling you all about the business, were you like kind of like inspired saying like I can do this, or were you nervous at first? How was your reaction to starting your own business at
Yeah,
first?
I was inspired and nervous at the same time.
Mhm.
Because I know, like, anything I put my mind to, I can do. Like, I was always taught that, my dad, he instilled that in me when I was young. So, I see my cousin can do it. He's telling me I can do it. He could be a mentor to me. I know I can do it, So I was nervous because it is a risk at the end of the day. But, if you're doing something for yourself, investing in yourself, it's something that you have to take a risk on. You always bet on yourself. So,
Okay.
I always feel like if I'm go into something, I know I can accomplish it if I, work it to the best of my ability.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you said you've been in the business for 5 years now, correct?
3 years.
Or 3 years. Oh,
Yeah.
so it's like really early. So you're like in the first 5 year phase. So
Yeah.
can you tell us some of the challenges you had or you've experienced? Maybe
Yeah.
two major challenges, and then how you've accomplished and moved past that. Because not normally nobody would really think about being in the industry you're in, and they would be like, oh, I mean, how would I do that? How do I get into it and things of that nature? So can you kind of give us like talk about some of the challenges you've had? You're
Yeah.
still really new, so let the viewers know what's the inside.
Okay. Yeah. One of the challenges of being an owner operator is just you got your own equipment, so everything is owned by you. You got your own authority. That's the numbers on the side of the truck. If you look at any semi truck or any truck driving, you'll see the numbers on the side. That's like your authority. So one of the challenges is basically is just having the expenses. If you got, it's a major, it's definitely one of the fields that you would need a lot of capital for any like breakdowns or anything like that. So I first had my first truck. I had bought my first truck, and I had a contract, and my truck I kept having to have tows on it. I had a driver, and it was just week after week something was going on with it. So that was one of my major challenges. I had to overcome that, which was getting it fixed, paying the tow, and it's a lot of money. It's like, a couple $100 every time you get it towed. So basically with that challenge, I had to look at it, figure out if I wanted to keep it. But I ended up buying a new truck, bigger, newer, better truck, and kind of went from there. The contract ended, but I was still able to work through a lot of other brokers and kind of get other work. So,
okay. How many trucks do you have?
I had 2, now I have 1.
Okay.
So, yeah, was kind of working on something newer and better. So it kind of worked out for me. But in the long haul, it was able to get me through a lot, and I was able to, work a lot better and not have to pay a lot more expenses on a newer truck. So
okay.
it helped out.
You mentioned about getting contracts and you're reaching out to different people to get work as well too. Was that also a challenge as well? Kind of, since you're a new person in the industry, trying to get your face out there, trying to get contracts, was that challenging as well too?
Yeah, it was, because just newer, you know where this isn't like we kind of like the minorities in the game, because so I drive, by a truck, it's like $20,000, so they don't think I'm the owner. At times they just think I'm a driver. So
oh dang.
Just going in there, networking, definitely being just trying to be professional as much as possible, getting with the people and just telling them what your business is about. They have offices and facilities in Columbus, so just walking in there, making sure you're dressed professionally, going in there, telling them what your vision is for your business, asking them how can I assist them with, any deliveries they need, and kind of just building that relationship. So that's pretty much what I've been doing as far as, working with clients, kind of building that trust, because if they don't know you, they really not going to give you an opportunity. But if you kind of show them, that you're serious, you'll get opportunity to deliver with your business through them. So that's what I've been focusing on, is just building the, reputation, building the clientele the last couple of years. And it's been working out well. So
wow.
That's very inspirational.
that's the main thing right now I'm trying to do. Just build my, fleet. So
what do you plan on doing for the rest of 2021? Your business goals. Wait, hold on. I have another question before that, actually. So how are you balancing, because being owning a fleet, right? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Yes. So owning that, and then I'm assuming you're still working, or are you not working? Like, or you're focusing primarily on your business. So how is that balance? Because I know like driving trucks, that's like people, that's not just like a 9 to 5, I'm done at 5 p.m. It's more like overnight. Like, do you have drivers? Like, do you end up having to drive places sometimes? Or like, how does that work? Because, if you're still working a regular 9, how's that balance been?
It's been tough. I had a driver, with the driver, it's definitely a lot easier. most recently my driver moved back, so I don't have a driver at the moment, but definitely having a driver helps out because I'm working 3 or 4 days a week and still got to run the business as much as I can. So it is tough, but definitely having a driver, you can kind of dispatch with, the routes out to them and, kind of pay them accordingly to, the give them a salary, pay them every week and kind of go from there. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's not a lot of sleep, I'm sleepy. I fall asleep, wherever I get a chance to.
George be his sleep is like eyes open, like snoring.
Man, I was just so tired, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather be tired than broke right now. So.
I know that is facts.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I just try to get some sleep when I can. Go home, get some sleep. I had some days, man. I slept, I was so tired on the way home. I slept like, oh man, let me take a quick break. Like, pump gas at a gas station and just fell asleep. Like, man, I forgot where I was at. Like,
man, am I in Detroit? Like,
yeah, it's like, man, I fell asleep at gas stations before. Like, man, like where am I at? Because I come home at 3:00 in the morning. And I'm like, it's bad, man. I'm blinking my eyes. It's crazy, but yeah, just trying to get sleep when you can and balance that out with family and everything else. So it's hard, but eventually get better as long as I put the right people in place to help me out. But
yeah,
that's true.
That's true. I got a question. What are some of the misconceptions that people have about trucking, especially like I know I've talked to a lot of people who also want to get in trucking business, even because I lived in Columbus for a while too.
Yeah.
And they always want to get in trucking business, but they say, oh, I'm afraid I might fail the CDL exam, or I might have to get my license as well too. But in some cases too, you don't have to get your license as well too for a particular truck, correct?
Yeah, like my truck's is non-CDL, so it's a big truck. You would think it needs a CDL because it's under gross vehicle weight, which is 26,000 pounds. It's under that weight limit, so you don't need a CDL. But any truck that's over 26,000 pounds, you need a CDL for.
Okay.
Like you'll see my truck and say, "Damn, man, you might need a CDL," but it's not required because of the weight limit.
So do you own just the truck part and the freight part, or do you just what do you own?
I own the trucks.
Like the front part or the whole thing?
I own the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like businessman right here.
Yeah, my goal is to
good.
like I've been working with Amazon lately. My goal for the rest of the year is to continue to, dispatch. And my cousin, he has a semi truck, so I've been dispatching him out to Pittsburgh or Michigan or wherever. So I've been dispatching.
What's the farthest you've driven? Sorry.
Huh?
I was gonna ask what's the farthest you've driven?
I'm probably up there, like either Tennessee, from here to Tennessee, or when I went up to Virginia last couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like almost 400 miles.
Yeah.
But I try to go local because I want to be home every day. I'm not a, over the road guy. Like, I don't sleep in trucks. So.
Yeah, I see those truckers. Like,
I don't do that. I try to be home. So
okay.
I do local stuff. I try to get my drivers home every night too. So.
Well, that's good.
So, you mentioned one of your clients as well too, Amazon. Any other big name clients you've dealt with?
Man.
Or you can just disclose?
It's private.
That's probably the biggest one, man. I mean, I just got hooked up with them, so I can do anything, any loads for them. They run 24 hours a day. I just booked the load for my cousin. He's going out to Michigan tonight.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that's the biggest name, man. A lot of the companies here, I got a couple of direct shippers I'm working with. So Yeah, I might be in Virginia next week, man. I don't know.
Man, just hit me up, man, like always, bro.
Might be back out there, man. 'Cause, it's good money, so
Yeah.
be back out there soon, hopefully. And that company I'm working directly with, so they may have a couple more projects out there, and just continue, working the local stuff. I got deliveries in Groveport and Cleveland and Akron and all other stuff. So yeah, it's a good business to get into. Being an owner operator, you get to do what you want to do. It's not like working for a company. If I don't want to work for a week, I don't have to work for a week. If they tell me to do a delivery I don't want to do, I can say no. I can be home. I can stay on the road if I want to. I can go to wherever. I got authority. So,
That's nice.
me, Foley.
Yeah,
I do.
I
I tell them, like, hey, I ain't doing that, bro. Like, hey, that money too low.
I'm cooling.
So how do you determine like your range of like, okay, this is what I am willing to do? Because like, like you're talking like, okay, the smaller local trips and then there's further ones. So like, what's your, I don't want to go into so much detail of how much you're making, but like, what is like the average range for someone who's actually really trying to get into this? Like how would they be like, okay, this is a good deal, or they lowballed me?
Yeah, you would kind of know, like, even like you would know like what a good delivery is. It's like, because you gotta add, I kind of factor in how much I'm paying for fuel, how much I'm paying for my gas. I factor in a little bit, just anything for like maintenance, so
Okay.
you wouldn't do a delivery like Foley, like you wouldn't drive from, just say where you live at, and Maryland to Baltimore. You wouldn't do that for $150. You wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you.
Like, you kind of know. I set it per mile. Like, I do anything $2.50 a mile and up, I'll refactor that. So if it's like going 100 miles, they pay me $2.50 a mile. I kind of look at that, add it up, and see if it makes sense.
Okay.
Got to figure out what I'm gonna pay myself, fuel, and just a little bit else for just the savings
The
part.
dentals and everything. Okay.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier too, like especially you don't see a lot of owners, minorities, people who look like us in the trucking field, who own the trucking field as well too. So how's it important for us to own these types of trucking companies as well?
Yeah, well, just you gotta. It's definitely important to own. I know, I see a lot of guys that's working for companies, and they probably paying 48 cents a mile, and it's a major difference between getting $2.48 a mile and 48 cents a mile. A lot of guys, they work for company. You'll be able to tell they work for a company because, like a JB Hunt, like the bigger names. And it's just important because, the company is taking the majority of the money. You doing all the work, you driving from state to state, and you only making 48 cents or 50 cents. Like, it's just, they force you to do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's important to get your own truck so you can be free and do what you want to do. Because you don't have to take a load if you don't want. This no force load. If you got your own truck, they can't make me do a load, But if you work for a company, they can make you drive from Virginia to Alabama or whatever. So it's different, man.
Yeah.
I got friends that work for companies and they tell me this all the time. So I kind of know, which is not bad, but you sign a contract. If you work for them for 2 years, you have to do it. If not, they'll put something on your license, or
they can do that.
Yeah.
I just feel like you just get fired and keep it moving.
No, you got to
really
contract with a company, yeah. And you start signing contracts and stuff. It's not, you gotta, like, you forced to work.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. That's an insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Got
thing,
your-
George would be knowing his contract, so he's
Yeah.
thorough, like
Yeah.
he's the most thorough person
If
I
you-
know too. So he don't
Yeah.
play.
But if you own your own truck, you can, whatever, man, not work in the winter, summer, and do your own,
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a major difference, man. But I would say if you can get your own truck, get your own truck, get your own authority, sign up with the brokers, and then you can run whatever loads you want to run.
Okay.
And it's a lot more to it, but yeah, get your own truck.
General just
Yeah.
word to the wise.
Yeah. So I got two questions, last few questions as well too. I know Rebecca has one more as well. But what advice would you give someone who's trying to get into the industry as well too? And also, Rebecca asked earlier, what's next for Mr. George?
Well, you kind of mentioned it.
Oh,
He said Amazon.
okay.
Yeah.
Working on that.
Yeah, the Amazon dispatching more trucks out for the rest of the year and just trying to build my fleet up. If I can get another truck this year, I will. And you said, what was the other one again?
Oh, what advice do you want to give someone who's trying to get into the
advice.
trucking business?
Definitely try, if you want to own your own truck, just try to save up as much as you can and try to purchase your own truck. Definitely, you can do non-CDL, you can do a CDL, you can have a CDL. If you want to work for a company, that's good. Maybe for a year or so to learn it, you can. My cousin, he kind of mentored me basically called me every day, but he mentored me and he gave me everything you need. And it's good to have a mentor to help you out from start to bottom, because it's a lot that you need to know in the trucking business. So I would say that mentor and save and, try to find the right truck with a good mechanic.
How much are the trucks?
Box trucks, I personally do is they're about 20,000. Semi trucks, maybe about 25, 30,000. So,
Is it like you have to buy it up front, like cash, or can you do like a loan on it?
No, you don't have to. You can get a loan, or you can get a lease. You can get a loan.
Okay.
You can pay it outright. So.
Okay, so there's options.
Yeah, if you can't own it, it's better.
Yeah, it's better just to have it.
Because you gotta pay so many fees up front, and when you start off, it's so much you gotta pay for it. Authority, you gotta be compliant. You gotta do a lot when you first start out. But if you can own the first one, that'd be good. To do that way, you don't have to pay as much in the end.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, George, thank you so much for being on our show today too. And I want to say one thing too. George is another friend that also, told me to, be an entrepreneur, work in your business as well too. So, I mean, he knows what he's talking about, guys, too. His first year, he killed it off the spot. So he knows what he's talking about. So if you have any questions, where can our audience reach you?
HGA, I think it's a HGA _Express on Instagram. And then my email is HGAXpress@gmail.com with the X, RESS.
Okay. And do you have a website as well?
Yeah, it's www.hgaexpress.com.
Okay, perfect. Can potential customers also submit any questions submit a request on your website?
Yeah, they can submit a request for delivery, new drivers. They can, if they're interested, they can submit on the website.
Are you looking for drivers right now?
Yeah, I'm in Columbus. So
so Columbus folks, if you are a driver, reach out to HGAXpress.com. Maybe you can become a driver.
Yeah.
Make that money.
Yeah, please. All right.
Join the team.
Yes. All right, Mr. Andrew. Thank you so much again.
You so much.
I appreciate it. I know It's been a couple of times, man, but yeah, I'm glad I
No, it's
Yeah,
all
no,
good.
it's all good.
good.
It's all good, man. Don't worry.
was able to join the show.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it was a pleasure to
Pleasure.
have you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care,
Yeah.
man.
All right,
I
talk to
appreciate
you
it. Thank you,
later.
No
guys.
problem.
So that ends a phenomenal episode with Mr. George Andrews and his HGA trucking company, his freight company. So I hope you guys got some really good information about how to start, some of the challenges. I think one of the things that George really mentioned was kind of like, starting your own business, being independent and making your own hours. So that's something that we really want to push for people to do. So if you guys are interested in HGA, he already mentioned his handles. We're going to have them here at the bottom as well. But thank you so much for watching another episode with us.
Why are you looking at me? I'm joking. So you could also reach us at our website at www.releyscareerservices.com. If you have any, we also do resumes, cover letters, and mock interviews, career counseling, as well. If you have any questions about our show, you can always submit it at our submission page, as well as our request for services as well too. Also, you can reach us at any social media site, which is and you can look us up at Reley's Career Services LLC at anywhere from Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Yes. So
that's our show.
that's it, guys.
Bye.